Hey, good morning, it's Steven. I'm about to work out. Just finished reading the scriptures, and just one verse popped out to me this morning out of Proverbs 16. And that verse was, "It is good for workers to have an appetite, because an empty stomach drives them on." It is good for workers to have an appetite, because an empty stomach drives them on. Well, we all know what this means. I mean, when you get down to it, a worker that has an appetite and an empty stomach means that they're going to continue the work because they understand that they have to work to fill the belly, you know. So the appetite is what drives the worker to work. So the question that I was asking myself this morning is my appetite for the things of God or the things of this world? Because the appetite will drive me on. Those appetites, and I said this a couple weeks ago, appetites can never be overfed. They have to be starved in order to stop them. Jesus says in Matthew 5, he says, "Blessed are those that hunger and thirst for righteousness." I think one of our biggest difficulties in living for Christ is living for self. It's the difference between seeking the kingdom of God and seeking the kingdom of me. That appetite for me and mine and what I need and what I long for, whether it be something good or whatever. It could be an appetite for somebody to love me, or for somebody to speak kind words to me, or for somebody to encourage me. Either way, it has to do with me. And I must surrender. I got to surrender that appetite to the Lord and say, "God, I hunger and thirst for your pleasure in my life. I hunger and thirst for you to do what you want in my life. I want to follow your will, your way." David said in Psalm 139, he said, "God, search my heart, see if there's any wicked way in me, and then lead me in the way everlasting." That's the question, is our appetite, what drives us? Is it for us or is it for God? Because I know this, that an appetite for God will drive us on. We'll want to see people come to know Jesus. When we ask God to develop that appetite in our heart for the kingdom, we won't see people the same. We'll see them as people who need Jesus. When we have the right appetite for God, we won't see our stuff, what we have, our possessions, our money, our time. We won't see that as something that has to be invested into our appetite. We'll see that as something that has to be invested in the kingdom appetite. And we'll say, "God, I am so hungry for your kingdom. I'm so hungry. It drives me on. I will invest my life." Jesus said, "If you follow me, you must deny yourself." And that means denying our self-appetites. So I just want to encourage you today that the light that we all seek for, the fulfillment that we all search for, does not come through fulfilling the self-appetite. It comes through fulfilling that righteous appetite, that appetite to see God's kingdom move forward. And so today, just make a declaration with me that I, God, will hunger and thirst for righteousness, that I will put your will and your way above mine, that I will use my stuff for you, that I'll use my time for you, that I will invest and work, because that appetite of hunger inside of me, God, that you put in there, is driving me on. And I just pray that over you. I pray that God makes you hungry and thirsty for righteousness. I just pray that God develops a heart of love in you. And so that was my thought. I just want to encourage you today to go about your day and have a good one, and let God lead you and guide you, and let him direct your path and your steps. I love you. I'm praying for you. I prayed for you this morning, and I want you to know that. And so I'm going to work out, head into the office, pray for me that I have a blessed day, and I'm praying that for you as well. So I'll see you. Love you. Bye-bye.